we're actually going to be speaking about receiving, because my question to you today is, brilliant, Emily, wonderful, you can hear me. Hi, thank you so much for commenting. My question for you today is, you're manifesting, but are you receiving? So we're always manifesting, but are you always receiving? So I've got lots of notes here. I'm going to be looking down here and there to make sure I don't miss anything, because I often go off on tangents. So we're talking today about increasing your feminine energy. So actually understanding that in every single person, there are two halves of us. We have the masculine and we have the feminine. And in women, we have a bit more feminine for most of us. And for most men, they have a bit more masculine. But with the feminine energy, we need to actually focus on increasing it in order to manifest quicker, in order to hear our guidance more easily. And so that's what we're going to do today, so that by the end of this training that we're going to do together, you're actually going to have a very different day today. And it's going to feel different, but it's also going to be different. You're going to be receiving. And receiving is one of the most important things that you and I actually need to do in our lives. So by actually increasing your feminine energy right now, you're actually going to receive whatever it is that you want to manifest quicker in its whole form. You're not going to block it. And it's going to be a lot more fun. The journey will be a lot more fun along the way. So who's here today? If you're here, just give me a quick hello. I'm Marina, for those of you just jumping on. So first of all, what is feminine energy? So feminine energy is receiving. When you are in your feminine energy, it's all about you actually receiving. And when you're in your masculine, it's actually about doing. So which energy would you say you're in right now? Right now, do you feel like you're more in your natural feminine receiving energy? Or do you feel like you're more in action mode? You're more in your masculine energy? Just go ahead and comment. I actually want to hear from you. I'm interested to know which energy you feel you're more in. So if you're more in your feminine energy, maybe you've just meditated, maybe you are just kind of calling in whatever it is that you're wanting, you're actively manifesting, you're kind of in that area of just receiving it. If you're more in your masculine, you're going after what you want, you're taking action, you're making that phone call, you are working on this project that you want to manifest right now, you're going out there and doing whatever it is that you want to do. So which one do you feel more like? Hi, Dee. Which one do you feel? Do you feel like you're more in your masculine right now, more in your feminine? Just kind of comment below so I know where you're all at. So if you think about masculine, the masculine energy is one that you and I know so well, don't we? Like we were at school and everything was pretty masculine at school. You had to get 10 out of 10 on your tests. You had to succeed. You had to do. It was about doing. And I'm going to put it to you that you've already rocked your masculine energy to the hilt. Like you're already great at doing that. And so if your masculine energy is here, what we want to be doing is raising the feminine energy to here. Why do you want to raise the feminine energy to here? So that you receive what you're manifesting, because you're always manifesting. But are you receiving it? Are you actually receiving what you're manifesting? What are we writing here? Masculine because you're at work, Dee. Emily, right now feminine because you listen. Yeah, you're at home. Great. So my question to you is, have you rocked? Do you really feel like you're rocking your feminine power at the moment? And so I'm going to put it to you that the feminine power is actually the power that you haven't lifted up yet. You haven't rocked. I'm rocking my masculine, no problem. I know you are too. But it's the feminine power that we want to rise, we want to lift, so it's level with our masculine doing. And so when we're doing, well, what is that? How many of you are actively manifesting? How many of you are journaling? How many of you are doing whatever it is that you want to do to manifest? How many of you are doing that and you're saying, right, today I'm going to journal, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to visualize, I'm going to visualize my manifestation happening? How many of you are doing that? And that's your focus, right, on the day. The day is, I'm going to do these things to manifest. I'm going to see it. I'm going to believe it. I'm going to. Valerie, masculine. Yeah, Emily, but you spend most days too much in your masculine. Yeah, because our society is masculine. Our society is getting more and more feminine, but we have to value the feminine to actually do it. And so if you're only getting so far in your life, if you're only getting so far in your ability to manifest, and you're saying to yourself, well, why isn't it coming in? Why isn't it coming in quicker? Why am I seeing this person get it, but what about me? If you're feeling with your manifesting that it's not coming quick enough for you, it's not coming easily enough for you, I'm going to put it to you that I think you're probably already doing enough in that area, because I think you already are manifesting beautifully. You're journaling, you're, visualizing it. I mean, there's a million ways to manifest, right? So then what next? Do you really want to be doing any more? Like, aren't you already tired? You've already got your main job. You've already got all this other stuff you're doing on the side. So then if we can't do any more, surely what we need to be doing is raising our ability to actually receive it. Because if you're always manifesting, how easily are you actually receiving it? Yeah, Valeria, learning to receive. Yeah. So how easy is it for you to receive? So I'm interested, how many of you are doing all of this? How many of you are journaling? If you are, just comment below. Yes, I'm journaling. Yes, I'm visualizing. Yes, I'm actively manifesting. And I do these things every day to manifest. If that's you, then maybe the power you haven't rocked yet is actually your ability to receive. And that's what I want you to focus on today. That's actually what we're going to focus on. Because as far as I can see, we're already doing enough. Do you really want more to do? I'm going to get a bit sweary now because I'm sorry, I'm a bit sweary. Fuck, I don't. I've already got loads on. I don't want more to do. Thanks very much. So then I need to get better at receiving, right? Yeah, Emily, yes, journaling. Okay, so I have made some notes. For those of you that are just jumping on, I talk a lot and I need to make sure that I don't go off topic. So I've made some notes. So I'm going to be looking down a little bit. So would you like to receive and manifest quicker? Like, would you like to receive your manifestations quicker? If you do, write yes below. This is you actually going, you know what? I need to focus on receiving. If you want to receive your manifestations quicker, write yes below. The very act of you writing yes below is you already receiving. Faith. Oh, I love your name, Faith. That's fantastic. Yes, yes. Daryl, you do visualizations. Exactly, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on how we can turn our ability to receive on. And I want to take you back to a time in my life where I was so bad at receiving, it wasn't funny. And, they often say that you teach what you need. It's something, again, where I'm much more likely to take action than actually focus on receiving. So back when I was a single mom, I became a single mom back in 2001, actually on New Year's Eve, possibly. I mean, there's never a good time to become a single mum, but New Year's Eve is possibly one of the worst. I literally was completely shattered. I was shattered emotionally. I was shattered physically. I was shattered in every single way. And I often think that being a single mum is the exact pinnacle of that person doing it on their own, right? Because you're the mother and you're the father. You're the feminine and you're the masculine. And so I reached this point in my life where all I was doing was giving, doing for everybody else, but I actually wasn't receiving. I didn't even know that was a thing. And especially if you're listening to this right now and you know that you're an empath or you know that you're a natural giver, how many of you are natural empaths? How many of you give so quickly and easily when somebody in front of you needs something? If that's you, pop it in. I want to hear from you. Valeria, yes. How many of you are empathic? So for you, it's much easier in a way to give than it is to receive. So do you realize this, that if you're walking around manifesting to your heart's content and you're really good at it, if your body, if you are not receiving during your day, and I'm talking with food, I'm talking with the people you surround yourself with, I'm talking with practical receiving, then this vessel that you and me are in, how easy is it going to be for you to actually receive what you're calling in? If you're not receiving during the day so easily and you're giving, doing, helping, nothing wrong with that. But you're then not receiving during the day, how easy is it going to be for your body that you're in right now to actually receive? And so if you're listening to this right now, how easily are you even receiving my voice? How easily are you receiving these words so they're going right into you? Just take a breath and receive your breath. We're going to turn your ability to receive on and up, because in my experience, most light workers are very focused on the very thing they came to this planet to do, which is to help. And the very thing that they need is to receive so that they can help. And it's the very thing that a lot of us haven't really ever thought about or ever really genuinely focused on. But if this vessel, this beautiful vessel that you're in right now, isn't actually easily receiving, like if you've got some water right now, pick it up, cheers, and take a sip, receive. If you're not easily receiving during your day, you might find that you're blocking the manifesting. So we're going to go through that in a minute. But when I was back when I was a single mum, it was really interesting. I'd gone my whole life up until that point of just helping lots and lots of people and giving out lots of energy. And it literally took the breaking down of my entire life to finally pick up a friend and genuinely say, I need help, or to actually give back to myself. So I started doing little things for myself. Things like, I only had babysitting for like once every 6 weeks. My friend would come over and she could babysit for me. And at the time, 4 of my best friends had moved out of Sydney. So I actually didn't have very close friends to go out with. So my friend base was babysitting my daughter. And so I ended up having to go out. What was I going to do? Well, I'm going to receive, right? So I would take myself out on little dates. I would actually go on little dates and I would dress up. And I would take myself to a restaurant and I would give myself a great time. Basically, I'd have a beautiful meal, I would take a book and I would read. I started giving to myself. I would put a face pack on once a week, like a face mask. I would make sure that I always dressed beautifully. I would make sure that I would interrupt somebody and say, sorry, I just need to go to the bathroom. How many of you hold your wee in? I know that's a really funny thing to say. And I write about this in my book. How many of you hold your pee in order to finish a conversation because you don't want to interrupt it? Now, in a tiny little level, that kind of sounds funny, but it's actually a really big, basic level, because if you're not receiving from this moment, how do you think you're going to receive your manifestation? You're probably going to bat it away or block it without even realizing it. So some things will come in for you, sure, but it might not be as easy as it actually needs and must be. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some things together now where I'm going to ask you to really turn your ability to receive on and up today. If you start today, if you make a decision right now that you're actually going to focus not so much on manifesting, because I think you're already doing that beautifully, but you're actually going to focus on you receiving the day, you receiving your best day. And the first mindset shift is, whatever you're wanting, whatever you're already wanting to feel, whatever it is that you're wanting is already around you. It's actually already here because the universe already wants you to have it, right? It already has your back. It already wants to give it to you. It's just us that need to let it in. And so when you're manifesting, you often feel like you've got to bring it in, you've got to call it in, it's above. But what if it wasn't? What if it was just that you hadn't opened up to fully receive it yet and it was actually already here? So what if you walked around today already feeling this, actually mentally and physically feeling this. Do you know what? The car I want, the relationship I want, the relationship of my dreams, the project that I want to be successful, it's actually here. What can I do to let it in? And so why would a beautiful person like you turn away from receiving it? Like, I'm going to challenge your beliefs now. If I'm right, which I am, why would you turn away from receiving it? Like, if you've got some note paper right now, just start jotting some things down, just the first things that come into your head, or you might want to journal after this. Why would I turn away? Why would I turn away if everything I want is already here? Why would I turn away from it? What is it that I'm more committed to? Am I more committed to doing it on my own? Do I feel proud that I'm doing this on my own? Am I more committed to feeling and being it, but not actually letting it in? Like, what are you more committed to? And if you have any ideas that are dropping in now, write them in. Why would you turn away from receiving if it's already all around you? The abundance is already here. So with all of this, I'm curious to know, what answers are you getting? Like, if you're turning away, is it that maybe you don't feel worthy of it? Like, if you were to go deep, 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 maybe it's a worthiness issue. Maybe it's a little area that you don't feel good enough. And I'm going to encourage you that when you journal about it, or you feel it coming up as we're talking, can you heal that? Can you go inside subconsciously? And this is what I do with my clients. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to you about something I'm doing in a minute, which is all about this. Can you go inside and actually heal that? Heal where you're blocking receiving, because you're already doing enough manifesting. Now let's focus on receiving. So that's the second thing. First is the mindset shift. It's already all around you. Secondly, can I let it in? What's stopping me from letting this in? Is it a worthiness thing? Do I not feel good enough? Do I just feel like I've got so much more to do? I'm not there yet. Maybe you're thinking you're not at the right vibration. That thought is enough to block it. Maybe you feel like, you know, something has to shift first, or you have to become a better person. No, you don't. It's around you now. You don't have to change anything about yourself at all. You're already perfect. All you need to do is change how you think about yourself. That's all this ever is. Daryl, parental programming saying one had to go to uni to save money, etc. Yeah, that you had to do. So again, Daryl, that's a lot of masculine, isn't it? You've got to do. If you do these things, then you'll get. If I do, then I'll get. How about I am, and it's already here? I just have to open up to receiving, because charging after what you want all the time is exhausting. And if you look at the people that are doing that, it's important to do that, but not 100%. You think about when you manifest is two things. Manifesting is the action, and it's the receiving of it. And sometimes we have to be in action, right? For about 50%, we've got to be in action. But for the other 50%, we have to be in receiving. And if you're not receiving during your day, ordinarily, when you're out on the street, you're also not really going to be receiving your manifestations as easily as you've been built, as easily as you've been born to. Okay, that's the block, Daryl, absolutely. So really, can I focus on that? Can you focus on that? And I'm going to explain to you about something that I've got happening at the moment that I'm really excited about, that will actually help you, because we're all meant to be doing amazing things on this planet, and we need the fuel, we need to receive in order to do it, right? Otherwise, when do we ever begin? When do you ever begin? When do you ever actually begin? And though a lot of the things with receiving is actually, can I be greedy? Like, I'm going to ask you right now, how are you with the word greedy? When I say the word greedy, do you recoil? Do you feel a bit yucky? I want you to be greedy. I actually want you to receive as much as you dare. So when I work with clients, one of the things we focus on, if money is an issue, is I ask them, how greedy are you? And they go, ugh, No, I don't want that word, no thanks. But actually in my line of work, I do a lot of shadow work. We actually focus on owning and falling in love with every part of yourself, including the part of you that is greedy, that wants it. You have to want it for yourself. It's no good just manifesting. You've actually got to want it for yourself. Valeria, oh, I like that. Yeah, it's already here, right? Yes, you are, and you're already here. So that's the first thing. That's the second thing. I want you to challenge your beliefs. Really have a look at that. Third thing is we're going to flip the switch. So just close your eyes right now. And I want you to see, sense, or imagine that you actually have a big, fat, greedy receiving button in you. And if that makes you recoil, I'm going to tell you what to do about that in a minute. So don't worry about that if you're having a reaction to it. Have a look at that button. Is it on or is it off? It's a metaphysical button. Is your button to receive on or is it off? And I want you to switch it on. I want you to make the decision right now that you're going to receive, that it's time to, you're doing enough. You've actually been built, you've actually been born to receive, and you're actually going to turn that button on right now. Turn it on. And you can make yours any color you want. Mine is pink and sparkly. If you know me, you'll probably roll your eyes because that's just me. Turn your button on. Like literally turn it on. Because don't you deserve to receive more? Just gently open your eyes when you're ready. I want to hear you. Don't you deserve to receive more? If that's a yes, can you put a yes, please, down in the comments? Or if you're watching this after the fact, can you just yell out yes? Don't you deserve to receive more? Yes, you're doing enough. So I'm going to challenge you to do a process that I love to do. It's called turning your coal into diamonds. So I've just received a note, Kelly, I feel like time restrictions is usually my block, like work and the kids. Yeah, right. I used to be a single mom, Kelly. Totally get that. Guess when I started doing all of this? 10 o'clock at night. I didn't sit down until 10 o'clock at night. And that's when I started doing this. I started receiving also during my day, Kelly. So where can you receive during your day? On the way to the fridge. How can you, maybe you can do a beautiful stretch for yourself on the way to the fridge. Maybe you can wash your hands with water and just spend a little bit of extra time massaging your thumbs before you turn the tap off. What can you insert into your day to receive? And so the third thing that I'm going to do with you right now is this process, which is turning your coal into diamonds. So this is something that we're going to do after this. You face the mirror and you say something around receiving that actually you find really hard to deal with. You feel blocked around it. So one of the phrases might be, I receive everything I want easily. Or, and how does that feel to say it? Like if you say it out loud right now, I have everything I want easily. I receive everything I want. Or I easily receive. How is that for you? Do you feel a bit blocked when you say it, or is it really easy? If you feel really blocked when you say it, there's where you need to heal. That's something that you need to transform. Do you see? Or people love to pay me easily. Can you say that really easily? Or do you feel go heal that? Or people love to give to me easily, or people love to help me easily. Say in front of the mirror, and if you've got my book is called Turn Yourself On. It's a great name, it's a play on words. It's about turning your power on, your energy on, all of these things on. The whole process is in there. Look at yourself in the mirror, make unwavering eye contact, and say it over and over and over again. Whatever the phrase is that you find the most hard to say around receiving, until you know it, until some lightness comes, until you actually feel it in your bones that you're there. This is you impressing onto your subconsciousness what it is that you want. And because 95% of our lives are created from our subconscious mind, this is really important. You impressing onto your subconscious mind that you easily receive. I easily receive everything I desire. I easily receive help. I love to receive help. I love to receive money. Whatever it is, I'm going to invite you to say it over and over and over. This might take a couple of minutes, right? Or this might take an hour. When I first started doing this work, when I was a single mom, I had about 60 things that I hadn't owned. 60. I had pages and pages and pages and pages. And what I found was that when I focused on my ability to receive, my whole life changed. I actually attracted the man of my dreams. He's now my beautiful, beautiful husband, who's the father that my daughter never had. Money started coming in. Clients, I started getting fully booked, and I wasn't even advertising. And bearing in mind, this was before websites. I started to get better health. My mind was stronger because I was actually receiving during my day. And that brings me to the next topic. I'm just reading all of the things also that you're writing. Daryl, smash that on button. High-fiving you. Absolutely. Bonnie, yes. Emily, yes. Kelly, I'm in bed by then. Oh, you've got baby 4 along the way. Oh, congratulations. That's gorgeous. So whenever it is that you can, Kelly, I'm going to invite you to, I know you're doing enough. What can you receive? So this is going to help you, Kelly, this next part. The next part of it is, how does our abundance come to us? We call it in, you manifest it in, but our abundance comes through people, right? It comes through people. Very rarely do you trip over what it is that you're manifesting on the road, on the street, on the pavement. You don't suddenly walk along the road and you go, oh, there's the $50,000 I just manifested. It comes through people. It comes through clients, or it comes through friends, or it just comes through people. Our abundance comes through people. So for about 50% of what you're wanting to receive and call into your life right now, it's actually going to come through people. And these beautiful people do not have a crystal ball. They're not poring over it right now going, Daryl wants this, Kelly wants this, Emily wants that, I'll give it to her. They actually don't know. So for about 50% of what you're wanting right now, you need to ask for it. And asking is something that I've noticed a lot of women and a lot of light workers find really genuinely off-putting to do. How many of you look forward to asking for what you want? Whether that's more help around the house, whether that's financial assistance, whether that is just support in general for a project that you're working on. How many of you really look forward to asking for help? That's a struggle area. I don't ask. Yeah, we don't. So again, if we're not actively receiving during the day, how easy is it going to be for us to manifest? If we're always manifesting, are we always receiving? So I'm going to invite you to focus on, can I ask for what I want? What could you ask for help on today? Where could you receive? Where do you need to receive today? And for a lot of you listening to this, you might find this question, you actually go a bit blank because you're so not used to even thinking like this. You're so not used to even thinking that this would even be a possibility, right? But actually, this is part of the reason. If you're asking from above to manifest, you're saying, please God, please universe, thank you so much universe for X, Y, Z, and you're asking, why aren't you asking from the people around you? Because remember, what you're asking for is going to come through people. So you're already blocking your receiving, and I don't want you blocking your receiving. So one of the things that I've come up with is actually, I've created a little ebook that I'm really proud of actually, and it tells you how to ask for what you want. And it's because I used to be so bad at it. And about 10 years ago, a client really needed it. And when I helped her with the wording, it just totally worked. And this way of asking has given people pay rises. It's given people the relationships of their dreams because they're actually genuinely getting the support and love and attention that they deserve. So if that's something that you know you're bad at, or you know you need more support on, I actually give you exactly what to say, and also what to say when they say no, and the mindset around it. This is you again raising your feminine energy, your feminine power, so that you receive. Because when you're receiving genuinely during the day, it's going to be easier for you, right, to receive from above. Can you feel that? It is, isn't it? Because guess what? It's the same. It's the same vessel that you're in. The vessel that you're in right now that's calling in also needs to be able to call in from the here and now, because what you're wanting to manifest for the most part is physical, isn't it? It's in the here and now. It's going to be money, or it's going to be something goes well, but it's going to be to do with people or money or things. So this is about you really pulling this in now from your day. So if that's something that you know you would really benefit from, I'll put the link into this afterwards. I'm not very good at links, and I can't do it whilst I'm talking, but I'll put it in, and it's how to receive exactly what you desire. And it's an ebook we've just created, and I think you're going to love it. So I'll pop that in there, and you can click the link and download it immediately. And I'm going to encourage you to use it. I would love to hear from you what happens when you actually use it and genuinely ask. So what would you ask for today? What do you want to ask for today? If you want to write it in the comments, go ahead. What do you need today? What would really support you today? What would make you feel great? All right, so as you're thinking about that, the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is literally, there's a few other things that you can do to turn your ability to receive on. So it's little things that I was talking about just then, where on your way to the fridge, do a stretch. Take yourself out for dinner tonight. When I was a single mom, I did it once every 6 weeks. I felt quite weird doing it, but I remember thinking, fuck it, I've just got to do it. And I would dress up, I would wear these turquoise earrings, and I would go to a cafe and I would actually receive. Where can you receive from yourself today? What can you give yourself that you actually have been yearning for? As you're listening to me right now, let's just wrap our arms around ourselves and just give ourselves a delicious hug. Hug yourself right now and receive this hug from yourself. This is receiving, right? Doesn't matter what you do, just that you do it. Sorry, I know I've got my mic on. I hope it's not, I hope it's not making it hard for you to hear me. Okay. So a couple more things you can do. One is say yes today. Say yes. Anytime anybody offers you help, I'm going to ask you to say yes. Yes, please. Yes, I'm going to receive. When you say yes to the outside world, you're going to receive a lot easier from upstairs as well. They want you to receive. The universe right now is clapping because they're like, yay, she's going to receive. Yes, he's going to receive. They want you receiving. Okay. What have you written here? Faith, help cleaning my office clutter. Awesome, Faith. Who are you going to ask for that? Okay, who are you and how are you going to ask for it? Yeah, so my little ebook's going to really help you with that, because I so believe in this. I so believe in this. Emily, even typing that feels weird, admitting it out loud, isn't it? That's why I'm getting you to admit things out loud, because it is weird. And that's when you realize that you are blocking receiving without even realizing it. Because when you're in your head, you go, no, I'm fine. But it's when you say it is actually when you actually feel it. Wouldn't mind tripping over 50,000. I know. Hey, let me know if you do today. All right, so the next thing, or the last thing that I want to talk to you about, apart from receiving from yourself during the day, is self-pleasure, using your sexual energy. When was the last time you had an orgasm? When was the last time you gave yourself a delicious orgasm? I'm going to invite you to do that. I talk about that a lot in my book, Turn Yourself On, about how to actually really genuinely turn on your ability to receive. And one of those is to actually self-pleasure regularly. Yeah, because pleasure and self-pleasuring and having orgasms is very much linked to your base chakra. Your base chakra is manifestation. Your base chakra is money, where you live, how you live, jobs. It's all the physical stuff that you're wanting to call in. You start turning that on, and your manifestations, you'll actually receive them a lot easier. Because I'm going to repeat it again. What you're wanting is already here. It's just you now genuinely opening up to receive it. And I can tell you now, it's the best way of doing it. It really is. And it's so much fun. You'll relax, you'll open up, and you'll actually get your stuff a lot quicker. So I'm going to answer your questions in a minute. If you've got any questions, let me know. I have always wanted to create a home for women. I know there are some guys watching this, so I'm sorry. But I've always wanted to create a home for us women to become the goddess that we were born to be, to actually raise our feminine energy, to actually receive. And so I've done just that. I've actually opened the doors yesterday to a gorgeous online home I'm calling Goddess Your Home. And it's your home to receive whatever it is that you're needing during the day so that you do manifest quicker. So you do have gorgeous relationships. So you do actually transform the relationship you have with yourself with subconscious healing. Where am I blocking receiving? Or I want to be more confident. How can I do that subconsciously? How can I clear that? How can I manifest that confidence? And so what I've created with Goddess Your Home is, this is where I need to think about it, because there's so much that we've been doing. So you get a monthly call from me, a monthly coaching call. It's live coaching that I don't do anywhere else, once a month. And that's where we're going to do subconscious processes. We're going to free yourself from self-sabotage so you do get to your next level, freeing yourself from self-doubt, giving you energy, real energy to go out there and literally receive your dreams. Go out there and do what you're supposed to be doing on this planet. You get a membership site, which is a library of over 50 videos and 50 transformational PDFs that I've created for whatever it is that you're needing. Weird stuff, like you get home at night and you feel weird, something's not kind of worked for you, or you've said something funny to that person, there's a video for that. There are 11 online rooms in the membership site. So there is the receiving room. There is the manifesting room. There is the I don't know what I need room. You know, sometimes when you don't know what you need and you open your cupboard and you're thinking, is it peanuts? Is it almonds? Is it those chocolate bisballs I've just made? What is it that I'm needing? It's that. There's a relationship room for relationship issues, but also creating great relationships. There's a room for everything that you're needing. There's the pleasure room. And it's for you to be able to go to 24/7 to get the support you want. And I've created this because I need this. I know that I teach this, but as a woman, I need this. I need to receive, because we are surrounded by so much that isn't, so much masculine energy that's do. And so I've also created a Facebook group with it where we're going to do glitter bombs of happiness. You're going to keep yourself accountable, and you'll be able to get some more help from me on that with me and my team. So that's called Goddess Your Home. And I'm very excited because it's only $33 a month. I've wanted to make it very accessible. Working with me is usually upwards of a 5-figure investment. So it's $33 a month. And if you decide to join, if this talks to you and it feels right for you, go have a look. I'll put the link in the bottom again after this call. If this talks to you, you also get a gift of another digital product that I've created, and it's worth $149. So you get that too if you join in the next couple of weeks. I can tell you it's called members.marinaj.net, members.marinaj.net. We just opened the doors yesterday. So a lot of this information, although I'm saying it to you, like the address, I'm having to remember it. So you'll be right there at the beginning with me. And we've got our first call coming up soon. So that's receiving. That's you opening up to what's all around you. How do you feel? Do you have any questions for me? How do you feel? How does this make you feel when you focus more on receiving? I know how it makes me feel. It makes me feel relaxed and peaceful and open to receiving easier and quicker and more fuller, so I'm not blocking things. Because they often say, don't they, that good things happen when you're not even trying. It's often when you're in the shower, or it's often when you're not checking your phone, that the good stuff comes in. It's because you've opened up. So I'm going to stay on for another couple of minutes. Do any of you have any questions that you'd like to ask me at all? And if not, I will say toodle pip. So I would love to hear from you. later on today, what changes for you? What changes for you when you focus on receiving? How do you feel when you focus today on receiving? What changes for you? And what do you get? Do you manifest quicker? Maybe somebody makes you a gorgeous cup of coffee or tea at work and you haven't even asked, but because you're focusing on receiving, because you did a lovely thing for yourself earlier in the day, you're holding that vibration of receiving, and that vibration is going to allow you to receive a lot more easily. All right, so I've really enjoyed talking to you. I would love to hear from you how you go today. Really enjoy stepping into this new vibration of receiving. And it doesn't matter how much time you have on your hands. Remember, I began this when I was a single mom, and it changed my world. It got me everything I wanted and more. It got me the life of my dreams. And I haven't really changed the manifesting side. I just changed the receiving side. Yeah, you're welcome, Emily. It's food for thought, isn't it? It really, really is. All right, gorgeous men and women listening to this, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed your time. Have a gorgeous day of receiving, because you utterly, utterly deserve it. And before we end today, you wrap yourself around in a beautiful hug. Just close your eyes, just hug yourself. Your receiving has already begun. See you. Bye.